Hello, I think I'm live. I'm going to check on my feed for comments. I can't find the comments when I'm on Zoom. Anyway, hello. Today I'm going to talk about the freak out that happens when you think about going on video. Like, I know from experience that I spent a number of years avoiding even going near the camera or the video or the idea of watching myself on camera, talking to myself and I think what happens is, well, there's many complex energetics around why your body is having an total freak out about being on camera. Or, basically the body's reaction is like, oh, jelly legs, the floor's just disappeared, I want to die. Like the sweaty palms, like you just want the floor to open up, like a total refusal, don't do it, it's dangerous, it's not right. There's like a brain fog, I don't know anything. It's like permanent stage fright. And I know it because it happened to me. So my story with being visible with healing work is that I was in, like, it's no secret, I was like deep in the party scene, and I have a lot to thank for that. I had an amazing time, but it was also incredibly destructive. And I was like seeing energy all the time, and it became like quite a thing, not because of the drugs and the partying, but I could actually see a lot of stuff happening to do with, well, energy, what's just beyond the veil, spirits. I could hear things, all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to go into that today, but people that I was surrounded by were like, you're mad, or just shut up about the energy stuff, or it just wasn't very credible or legitimate. And I actually had this awful wake-up call that I wouldn't wish on anyone. And it was because I'd heard the message again and again, you need to stop. You can't be in this party world, like it's over, it's done for you, you've got stuff to achieve. There's a bigger calling, and I knew it, and I'd heard the message in lots of synchronous ways many times, like it's time, it's time, it's time, and I ignored it that one last time. I was kind of on my way and I slipped back, and that was like a big slap in the face. I fell down the stairs and really, really injured myself, and that injury lasted I would say it was a good 9 months of really injured, and then a slow rehabilitation from there. And yeah, I was lucky not to be crippled, and it really was the massive wake-up call. I heard, you have got to change. Your life needs to change. And I couldn't even work. I had to be off sick because of this injury, the multiple injuries to my spine and my shoulders. And so the 9 months that I was off work, I was able to do so much inner work, so much examining of any shame, guilt, distortions, fragmented parts of myself, healing from, I don't know, 15 to 20 years of absolute and utter mental chaos and destructive relationships, and being a single mom. And yeah, it was a huge processing time, and a lot of my work today is underpinned by those experiences I had for the 9 months of really doing the emotional healing that was necessary to move forward with any sense of pride and hope in the future. And at that time, I actually found out about aura transformation, and I instantly knew I need this, because even though I've done all this healing work on myself, by myself, my energy field is kaput. Like, I am like a sieve floating around space. I'm like whistling with the amount of holes in my energy field. I'm so not here. I have to fight to be grounded. I have to fight to have any sense of edges. So I knew I wasn't completely out of the woods. I'd done a lot of good work, but the aura transformation spoke to me like, God, this is amazing. What is this? So I had that done. And then I was like, overnight, I've got videos about it, you can ask me about them, but overnight I had like miracle after miracle after miracle of the amount of healing, clarity, focus, lifting of eons of ancestral stuff, and lifting of lots of all the judgment I piled on my shoulders that I thought other people were judging me all the time, all this stuff that I did, I was able to move through. It wasn't easy. I wasn't plain sailing, but within a couple of months, I was like, I didn't care that I'd cried loads of those 2 months. And there was always, you know, there was a lot happening. I was like, I need to train in this. This is the best thing I've ever heard of. And it was, yeah, just incredible. So thankful to the whole aura transmission world. And I trained in it. So I've gone from, I don't know, that's like about 11 months from falling downstairs and all this stuff happening. And then I'm suddenly trained. I'm a trained aura mediator now. And I'm walking around my town where people have known me as a party person for 10 years. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do this aura transformation thing. And people were so critical and mean and disbelieving. Like, it was only a few people that actually saw me and were like, wow, you look so different. What have you done? You know, the proof is in the pudding kind of thing. And I had to build from there. And I refused to leave the town that I'd been living in. I was like, I've changed. I've done loads of healing work. I'm trained in something and it's valuable and it can help so many people. And I was just adamant, you know, that it saved my life on so many levels. And so, well, trying to talk about auras and fifth dimension and indigo crystal children and all this stuff, I had no credibility whatsoever. So I learned the hard way, you know, like, people are harsh. People, you know, you public speak or you announce something, people feel like they're entitled to, you know, throw stones at you just because they don't believe in what you believe in or don't see what you see, or it's unknown. I used to say all the time, well, you know, do you think people exploring other continents before, you know, and the first explorers, and they come home and go, yeah, I saw a stripy horse, you know, are they going to be believed? Probably not. I saw these tall horses with really long necks, you know, it's like, yeah, okay, you're crazy, not listening to you. So there's a kind of same thing when you're talking about some of this energy healing, quantum healing, dimensional work. People are very skeptical, and there's so many layers to that, you know. A lot of people, we have all lived through the human history of the healing arts being vilified or persecuted or, you know, actually almost obliterated, stolen, squashed, burnt, you know. Our lineage as healer types and, you know, therapists and practitioners that believe in the innate healing powers of the body, our history has been taken from us. And it takes hundreds of years for everyday people, and even like the government end of things of people, for it to trickle back into living memory today that things have changed. So if we spent hundreds of years like hiding because we had to and staying silent, or of people judging, oh, you know, quacks or alternative medicine, you know, they're all a bit crazy, you know, all that stuff is in our bones and in our DNA. So we remember, oh, I'm got this healing powers. I can see energy, and I'm remembering a lot of what I've been in the past. And then you're trying to, so you want to talk about it. It's in your bones. You're like, this is my mission and my heart. This is what I'm here to do. And, you know, you feel afraid. Part of you is afraid to come out with it because you might get stones thrown at you, or so there's the feeling that you might be persecuted again, still in your, imprinted in you somewhere, you know, like generational trauma of some kind. But it's also the other way. So people listening that aren't, maybe don't have that calling, are listening, and inside them there's an instant judgment towards the healing arts or something that sounds different like that, or, oh, it's witchy or pagan, blah, because even our Disney movies paint witches as these weird, you know, possibly not very friendly types. So yeah, it goes both ways, the imprinting. It goes into the audience that are going to not take you seriously, and it's also, or condemn you immediately, and it also comes through you. And when you want to stand up and be visible with what you do, but you're afraid of the criticisms and what's going to come at you, and you need to have a thick skin, and you need to be absolutely grounded in your belief in what you're doing and in yourself. And I think that no one can take your story from you. And it's learning to read the room in a way, like the energy of, you know, like there's so many factors at play that you might recognize the same response again and again. And for you to understand that as like, okay, that's their imprinting, cultural kind of imprinting around the value of the healing arts. So then you can be like, okay, well, it's not about me. They're not criticizing me. They're criticizing what they have been afraid of maybe for centuries and different levels. I hope people are getting me. I'm just going to check on Facebook if there's any comments, or please say hello. How are you? Oh, no one. There's no one there. Cool. Anyway, say hello if you are listening, and if you're there, I'd love to know where you are, ask questions. Do you recognize this? So have you been afraid of being visible with your healing work? Because it can be scary. I'm serious. So yeah, here I am. I've just been trained in something and I'm like, hey world, I'm going to be visible with this aura transformation thing. And yeah, people didn't take to it very well. And then I realized I need to kind of gain my credibility outside the town that I've been a crazy party person in. So I actually ended up in South Africa, and there was lots of reasons why I was there, but I ended up going like 5 times or something, made beautiful friends, did loads of talks. And then I actually started doing loads of talks in the UK, and then it slowly built into people going like, okay, she is onto something and she's serious, and you know, results are good, and she does look very different actually, you know, the proof is in the pudding. And so yeah, my business grew from there, in that I was sharing something I believe in wholeheartedly. And I know most healers or wellness practitioners or people that are even, you know, really highly professionally trained as doctors or chiropractic or whatever, you know, we really believe in what we're doing, because not only has it helped us overcome whatever we were suffering with, but we have an unstoppable desire, like deep inside, to actually be able, want to contribute, to help, to care for. And it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I was up and down the country talking about aura transformation, just powerful healing work really. And I learned a lot about talking in public. You know, I was terrified to start with, and it got easier and easier and easier, and then I got pretty good at it. And then after a number of years though, I was like, okay, I need to do video, because I'm, you know, this is tiring. All these talks, talking about this thing is, I love it, but still, I've done my time. And I would really like to do video because it saves so much time. I can point people to the video. I can share the video with lots of people. I can, you know, if you ask the same questions again and again, you can go, oh, like, just check out this intro video. It'll explain everything to you. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make video. No, I was not. I think from that thought until actually doing first live videos was probably 2 years of me going like, I can't do it. And I'm like, why can't I do it? I'm fine. And people are like, you're very confident, you know, you're confident, you know what you're talking about. You do public talks in front of hundreds of people. But I was like, no, there's something, my body was not playing ball with being on, just not playing ball. Did not want to be on video. And my mind would go foggy. I would like, I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Didn't want to see myself, was just like not happy about that. And yeah, I would just feel like I was falling off my chair, basically, like melting, like all body functions going, no way. And I explored a lot around, what is that? You know, I had lots of amazing friends in the healing world, so we're holding space, checking out what that's all about. And there were so many layers. I mean, the camera does not lie. It's very hard to, well, I guess you can probably glamour people through the camera, but it's hard to glamour yourself as well, you know, at the same time, because you're seeing yourself. It's different when you're in a room full of people. There's a bit of distance, you know, you can just like shift your attention to someone else. Here you're talking to like someone, you know, like you're talking to you, because you can see your face, but you know that you're talking to individuals in their room, and you know, it's not, when you've got a room full of people sat there because they're going to sit and listen to you talk, they can't just walk off, you know, flick through the next post. They're like kind of there listening to you. So it's a really different medium. And yeah, I suppose that it doesn't lie, there's so many layers to why your body is probably freaking out at that. I imagine there's lots of people that had the same experience, that yeah, you're maybe like super qualified healer, you've had hundreds and millions of clients, you run schools, you run programs, all this stuff, but the idea of going on camera, it's like, yeah, so what is that? And you know, it's different for everyone, obviously, but there's so many layers to it, you know, from the ancient stuff I just spoke about, you know, fear of being criticized, fear of being rejected, fear of not belonging, fear of being chucked out the village, fear of objections and criticism about what you're saying. There's a fear of, you know, not being like an imposter or not important, not being loved. It's all very primal, very deep core stuff coming up. There's a, like the, what's the word? Hang on. I've got my brain just gone. Hang on. So yeah, it's all very deep core, the core woundings that we carry from whether it's childhood or not being seen and heard as when growing up, that you don't have this very strong sense of self or belief in yourself or self-worth in yourself. And you know, you probably built loads of strategies to be able to cope with that in a public setting or in your work, you know, individual clients, but video for some reason kind of highlights it. And part of it is that people can listen to you very intently and can subconsciously and unconsciously read your energy when you're on a video. So, you know, if you look in a mirror and you'll go, oh my God, I've got bags on my eyes. Oh, I don't like how I look. Oh, I've put on weight. Oh my God, I just look old. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And then you look at yourself in a camera and you're going to talk to hundreds of people that, you know, you're thinking, oh, I'm not good enough to do that. And they're going to judge me. But the thing is that they are. That's the problem, is that they are. Let's be honest. People are going to subconsciously and unconsciously read your energy. You know, our brains do that when you walk in a room. And if you're going, oh, hi, la, 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 and then deep down you're going, I'm disgusting and I hate myself and I've got shame and guilt and I'm not proud of who I am and I'm not walking my talk, then people will feel that something is not right underneath. So there's the transmission, and then there's whatever energy is behind that. And people will feel both at the same time, and they'll be like, does that match up? Is there an alignment there? And it's not, this is all like seconds. And what happens is people scroll past, so, oh, I'm not going to listen to that person. They don't feel, seem like legit. And so that's a big deal. And you can feel and see that when you look at yourself and you're doing a video and you're like, oh God, you know, people will feel it on some level, and it's just lovely. And your friends will be so supportive and be like, well done, you've done your video. But total strangers will be like, oh no. So it is true. It is a mastery, you know, being confident or free enough and proud enough and strong and resilient enough in your own sense of self and love for yourself. If you have all that, then being on camera is kind of easy. But if you don't have all those things, then it becomes very tough. And the body is going to do everything it possibly can to keep you safe. It is going to switch your legs off, make you want to run the other way. It's going to make your brain turn off. It's going to make your tongue like not function for you. And it's going to make you stutter and all those sort of things. And then it's just going to make you, I don't know, like drop your phone in the toilet before you have a live or something. It's going to do everything for you to not go on camera, because it's trying to keep you safe from being hurt again, or from not being seen, or from just feeling like you've been rejected and all that sort of stuff. So that's why the body's freaking out. And there's also another layer is, so it's, yeah, that's about radical self-acceptance. I think that's one thing. Then it's like 1000% like certainty, maybe isn't the right word, but like belief in what you're doing is the right thing for you. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about what you do. It's you showing up and being a beacon and a lighthouse to the people that need you most, that you could help. Imagine if you didn't go through the transformation you did, whenever it was, or the reason why you do what you do now. Imagine that hadn't happened, you know, would you be okay with someone next door, like your neighbor, knowing all the tools that you need to make your life better, or to heal pain in your body, or to overcome some obstacles? Would you be okay with them just sitting on that like some special treasure just for them? Or would you much rather someone that has done what, you know, been where you've been, going, hey, I can help you out that? So there's a kind of like a responsibility for these beautiful, amazing gifts that you have to get out there and share them. And yeah, so there's that. Then there's the thing of sometimes the brain fog of not wanting to go on a camera, and the lack of like, oh, I don't know what to say and all that stuff, actually is because you're not clear about who you are, what you do, what you're good at, the impact you create. Like it's not quite there. So therefore you don't know what to say, because you don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't mean you're not qualified or amazing, the best healer in the universe. But if you don't really know some basics about what you're doing and why you're doing it, then you're just going to be like floating and swimming around, and it's going to sound like you don't know what you're talking about. And it's a journey to figure that stuff out. So there's the radical self-acceptance, the certainty and belief in that you're doing the right thing for the right reasons, and then understanding what it is you do and what you're offering. Those are like major pillars in being able to just go, I'm going to go live today because I want to. And, you know, if any of those things are off, out of alignment, don't know what you're talking about, can't stand something about yourself somewhere, it does what I call smoke and mirrors. So people are trying to hear you, and it's like they switch off, they get distracted, they scroll past. It's like you're not visible. You're making yourself invisible with magical powers of hiding. And yeah, so if you feel any of that is going on, I've done a free workshop that you can ask me for the replay. Connecting on Camera, it's called. And I have people that have worked with me before also explaining what it means to become visible. And my it's like my baby, my big, beautiful baby is the Visibility Gateway course. And I've been wanting to create that for a long time. The lockdown has meant I could create this thing. And it's out of this world. It's a complete overhaul of your energetic structure in how you present yourself and transmit the message, and that the right people hear it and it lands with them. So, for example, it can help you take all your scattered ideas and scattered energy and fragmented parts of yourself and bring them all into the here and now so that you can offer that to the world. It's also, in a way, this is what one of my specialities over the last 7 years is, to kind of grab these spirit energies and people's passions and life force that's floating around exploring the universe, and like in the body, time to land in the body and start building foundations and structure towards creating the life that you really want. So it's like this, a lot of the people that have done the Visibility Gateway have said that their whole way of being in their life has altered, is different. They can really, you know, they're taking action in their work. They're not procrastinating. People are hearing them differently. People's voices change and deepen so that when they speak, it's like a lot more gravitas to their voice, even because it's coming from a pure alignment with their voice, their spirit, and their heart. Yeah, the Visibility Gateway, I'm just going to go very briefly through it. Have I got time? Yes, I do. The Visibility Gateway is 7 weeks long. On a Monday, you get the videos for the week. Like, this is the theme, you know, we go from everything from who you're working with, and and powerful communication tools, and we look at money, selling, worth, we look at so much. And you're going to have to work through some task sheets during the week, but I do it in such a way that it doesn't feel hard. That's not the hard bit at all. Then on a Tuesday, we do a 2-hour coaching call, which is room for everyone to speak about where they're at, and we brainstorm together and we support each other and we get to know each other. But yeah, I give my all in these and share all the experience I've had from 10,000 hours of one-to-one work, training other healers in a healing modality, all this stuff, experience that I have that I put into those calls. On the Thursday is the 2-hour kinesiology session as a group. And that's so powerful to work with 12 fantastic healers, wellness practitioners, to bust through like stuff that's really holding us back as a group, about being visible, about connecting with the audience, about being healers in the here and now, about being able to ask for money as healers, and all this stuff. It's like so powerful. And I mean, every session is different. I don't have a clue where we're going to go with them, because it's what's in the room with that group. And that's where we rewrite the energy field and the limiting beliefs and the thoughts. I mean, doing one-to-one kinesiology with me is far more pricey compared to how much you're getting out of this visibility gateway. There's just so much in it. It's like totally overgiven. It's just fantastic. So you're having like this energy overhaul, you're having problem solving and reframing, and you're having certainty, structure, and ideas for how you're going to run your business for you. Not me going, this is how we run a business and you're going to create a funnel. It's not like that. It's like, if you want to create a funnel, great, if that works for you. If that doesn't work for you, we're going to create something else. So you all have total and absolute freedom in what kind of marketing you're going to do, or sales, or pitch, or calls, or no calls, or PDFs, or whatever it is, and however you want to create it. It's, if you're a magical person, you can't do one way that everyone else does. So scrap that. And on the weekend, you then create a video that I've told you what it is, and then you're going to put that video into the private Facebook group. And I and Tallulah, who is a special person to me, she's my daughter's stepmom. So we've had a long journey together, and she's going to be helping me with the feedback on the videos. I'll do the first week and she does the following ones. Or we're trying it out anyway, first time. And that is, yeah, powerful feedback from, like, I use all of my eyes to check out your energy, your delivery, your inner child, your masculine, feminine, your planet energies, your core frequency, what you're hiding behind the smoke and mirrors. Like, I'm just like, scan the video and then give everything I possibly can in your supportive feedback. Everyone says it is like, oh, like mind-blowing feedback. And then the rest of the group watch your video. So you are, as a healer that's like, I'm not seen and visible, I don't want to be on camera. And you have like amazing group of people that understand what you're talking about, giving you feedback on what it is you do. So we're all learning from each other, but supporting each other is so beautiful. Yeah, it really builds that sense of like, oh, I'm doing well here, or maybe I should shift that, or that didn't really work, or whatever. And yeah, and then we keep going round. And what was the other bit? I just can't recommend it enough. I know I created it, but I've been blown away with the results, and watching everyone's eyes start to sparkle and come into the body and start being more structured and offering what it is, and doors opening and magical marketing working, you know, it's just beautiful. And we start very soon, so I need to know the final numbers very soon. And it actually looks like we're going to have a Australia friendly time and a Australia friendly time and an American friendly time. So it looks like 10 a.m. calls and late afternoon calls, UK time for us. Yes. So yeah, get in touch. I would like to talk to anyone that is interested. One of our people this time it's his third time. He's a chiropractor friend, and he's doing it for the third time because the level of support and encouragement and motivation and like clarity gained is just like amazing value. So I hope you got something out of this. Please like, love, share. It really helps. The algorithms have all changed. So you kind of, if you do get something out of it, a like would be a beautiful gesture, because otherwise the just dies. No one gets to see it. Yeah, I love doing this work. I feel so at home holding space for a group of amazing genius healers, wellness practitioners, coaches that are fed up with doing marketing in a dry, masculinized kind of way and want to do it in a magical way. And yeah, I'm so excited about this work. And yeah, thank you for listening. See you soon.